Hi guys! In this video I will show you how to convert an image to black and white in Krita using this flower image by Hans Ben from Pixabay. There are a few different ways to make an image black and white in Krita, and the method you use depends on what you want to achieve. I will show you two different methods in this video. The first one is how to add a filter over the image to change the image's color only. And the second one is how to convert the color mode of the whole project to grayscale. To change an image to black and white using a filter, you can either add a filter that only affects the image layer, or you can add a filter that affects all the layers below it, and which you can turn on and off. I will show you both methods. First, you have to add your image as a new layer to the project. You can then add any elements you need, such as the background color. I will set the background color in this very light green here. Ensure your image layer is selected in the layer stocker here on the right side before continuing, because Krita will add any new layer directly above the selected layer. Place then a new filter layer above the image layer by clicking on this arrow next to the new layer icon. Then select Add Filter Layer from the options. The new filter layer window will appear, allowing you to choose the type of filter you want to add to the project. Open the Adjust tab here on the left side panel and select Desaturate. You can now choose the desaturation method you would like for your image from the options in the middle of the window. If you're unsure how the desaturation method will work on your image, try a few to see the differences. When you select a process in the window, it automatically changes the image in the background. The different options alter your photo as follows. This lightness method, the first one, turns colors gray based on the HSL color model. The first luminosity option turns the image colors gray using an appropriate amount of whitening per channel. The second luminosity option turns the colors to varying shades of gray using an appropriate amount of whitening per channel. The average mode creates an average based on all color channels to determine the gray values for the image. The minimum option subtracts all colors from the others to find the gray value. The maximum option adds all the channels to determine a gray value. I will go with the average mode. Once you have selected the correct desaturation method that works on your image, click OK to accept the filter and add it to your image. You can see now that not only your image layer, but any layers below it, such as your background, got converted to black and white. Any layers you add above the filter layer won't be affected by the filter and remain in full color. You can check this by adding a paint layer and paint or draw over the image. The color will show over the black and white image. If you want to see the image in color again, you can always toggle the filter layer visibility on and off by clicking on this eye icon in the layer stocker. If you only want to change the image layer's color to black and white, you can do this without affecting the layers below the image layer. In order to do this, select it in the layer stocker here on the right side. Then add a filter to the layer by going to Filter, Adjust and Desaturate. You can also use the shortcut Shift plus Ctrl and U on Windows or Shift Command and U on Mac. Follow the previous section to determine the right desaturation method for your image and click OK. Your image is now converted to black and white without affecting the layers below or above. However, this edit is destructive and you can't toggle the filter on and off as in the previous method. If you want to change the color mode of the entire project to grayscale, you can change the document's color mode. In order to do this, go to Image and Convert Image Color Space. Open the drop-down menu of the model. Then select grayscale/alpha from the list of options. You can change the other settings if you have a specific color profile to which you need to convert the project, such as changing the depth or profile. Click OK when you have adjusted the settings. As you can see, your entire project is now converted to grayscale. Thanks for watching, and if you liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe.